Okay, I'd like to call the regular City Commission meeting of Tuesday, September 21st, 2021 to order, and ask all of you to join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Start with the roll call. Mayor Pro Tem Olsman.
Present.
Commissioner Elder.
Present.
Commissioner Roselle.
Present.
Mayor Paul present. Commissioner Jenks is excused. He is attending the Michigan Municipal League meeting representing the City of Huntington Woods this evening. And our city attorney is also excused this evening. Do we have a motion for approval of the agenda?
Mr. Mayor, I'll move we approve the agenda, removing items 1 and items 4 from the agenda under items of business.
Actually, I have one other replacement, if we could put it in at item number 1, if you're willing to accept that. That is a matter of an appointment to the Planning Commission.
All right, I'll also add that, Mr. Mayor, as a replacement for item 1.
Any other comments? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We have a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Communications. We have one communication. I don't think we need to take any action on that. We do not have any elected officials here with us this evening. So I'm going to move right on to proclamations. We have one proclamation that we received from the city of Farmington Hills. And the letter that introduces it says that they would like to extend their sincere gratitude to the city of Huntington Woods for their assistance during their state of emergency on July 7th, 2021. They had a severe microburst storm with high winds in Farmington Hills, resulting in downed trees, damage to homes, and an extended power outage. And their proclamation in part reads that whereas several communities in the Metro Detroit area, including Huntington Woods, offered critical assistance during this disaster. And whereas by offering vital mutual aid and providing additional equipment, personnel, and supplies, their partners helped ease the burden on workers from the city's Division of Public Works and greatly enhanced our ability to serve the needs of residents and businesses following the storms. Whereas we are grateful for the resources, time, knowledge, and expertise that was made available as all agencies worked together in a spirit of cooperation to restore the city's infrastructure as quickly and safely as possible. And whereas this experience demonstrates the great importance of our vast mutual aid network in places across our country and throughout our state as we face possible similar emergency events in the future. Now therefore be proclaimed that I, Vicki Barnett, Mayor of the City of Farmington Hills, on behalf of the City Council, do hereby encourage our residents to recognize those dedicated mutual aid partners and express gratitude for their commitment to helping our community in the devastating aftermath of the current storm. Nice of them to send that out. Our second proclamation is one of the City of Huntington Woods proclaiming that September 2021 is National Recovery Month. Whereas substance use recovery is important for individual well-being as well as families, friends, communities, and businesses. Whereas the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration in 2019 found 9.5 million people 18 or older had both a substance use disorder and a mental illness. And whereas we continue to educate and raise awareness of the risks and potential harm associated with prescription drug misuse. Whereas we believe everyone facing substance use disorders is capable of living a life in recovery. Whereas stigma and stereotypes associated with substance use disorders often keep people from seeking treatment that could improve their quality of life. And whereas substance use disorders occur when the recurrent use of alcohol and/or drugs causes clinically or functionally significant impairment, such as health problems, disability, and failure to meet major responsibilities at work, school, or home. And whereas substance abuse disorder recovery is a journey of healing and transformation, enabling people to live in a community of their choice while striving to achieve his or her full potential. Whereas substance use disorder recovery benefits individuals with substance use disorders by focusing on their abilities to live, work, learn, and fully participate and contribute to our society, and also enriches the culture of our community. Now therefore be it resolved, the City of Huntington Woods hereby recognizes September 2021 as National Recovery Month. The City of Huntington Woods calls upon our residents, government agencies, public and private institutions, businesses and schools to recommit our state to increasing awareness and understanding of substance abuse and the need for appropriate and accessible services to promote recovery. And the last proclamation for this evening is a proclamation declaring September 2021 as National Suicide Prevention Month. Whereas September is known as National Suicide Prevention Month and is intended to help raise awareness surrounding suicide prevention resources available in the community. Whereas World Suicide Prevention Day is observed each year on September 10th, and whereas suicidal thoughts can affect anyone regardless of age, gender, race, orientation, income level, religion, or background. Whereas according to the CDC, each year more than 48,000 people die by suicide. Whereas in May of 2020, during the COVID-19 pandemic, ED visits for suspected suicide attempts began to increase among adolescents ages 12 to 17, especially girls. And whereas organizations like the National Alliance of Medical Illness and the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline work to help individuals in crisis and provide resources to shed light on this hugely stigmatic topic. Whereas every year, thousands of individuals die by suicide, leaving behind friends and family members to navigate the tragedy of loss. Often feelings of shame and stigma prevent them from talking openly. Whereas the City of Huntington Woods supports the Oakland Community Health Network in being committed to being a zero suicide organization and cultivate a network of providers who are engaged in the zero suicide philosophy. Now, therefore, be it proclaimed that the City of Huntington Woods hereby recognizes September 2021 as National Suicide Prevention Month. The City of Huntington Woods calls upon our citizens, government agencies, public and private institutions, businesses and schools to recommit our state to increasing awareness and understanding of suicide prevention and the need for appropriate and accessible service to assist individuals in crisis. Moving on to public participation, this is an opportunity for the public to address the commission on an item that is not on the agenda. If you'd like to sit in front of the microphone there, and you can take your mask off while addressing us so everyone can hear you.
I assume you all looked at this carefully, but I thought it'd be helpful just to have it reference. So I just have a couple of questions about the planning process. Specifically, what I've handed you is the implementation part of the last planning document for the city. and you'll notice it's called implementation. You'll also notice that it's empty. That is, it's a great idea. Every master plan, every strategic plan should of course focus on implementation, which means you need to have clear measurable objectives, you need to be clear who's doing it, when it's going to be done by, etc. Just best practice in any organization. So my question to the council though is, has the council reviewed this and updated this so that we know what was and what was not accomplished in the last master plan? Two, have the council and the planning committee in any way formally engaged your standing committees for input on that plan? And three, is there going to be a sustainability plan built into that? Every other city, including Detroit, Ann Arbor, Grand Rapids, is focused on sustainability. So those are the questions, and I'd appreciate if you can update me on where that is, because I cannot find it anywhere on the website or in anywhere from the Planning Commission.
We are currently going through the process of updating our master plan. It is at
No,
the
I understand that
Planning
you're
Commission.
updating it. That's not my question. My question is, have you, as the commission, reviewed the last master plan, found out what was accomplished with clear measurable objectives, timeline, and so forth, and evaluated it? That's the first question. Yes or no?
Yes.
And where is the update of what was accomplished and what wasn't?
That is part of the process that we are going through.
Well, if
At
you've
this
done
time.
it already, why can't we share it?
We can certainly do that with you.
Sorry,
and
speak up.
We can certainly do that with you, and what I'm going to have you do is give your name and address to our city manager.
Well, why don't you just put it on the city website so anybody who's interested in the future of city could see, this is what we said we were going to do, this is what we did, and here's the changes we need to make. It's common sense. Is there a document that is currently available that reflects your reflection on that plan, your evaluation of that plan, and can you share it with the citizens? Is that a yes?
Yes, we will do that.
And will it be on the website?
Yes.
And when will that occur? Again, specific,
That I can't give you,
measurable,
but
time-related
if you could
objectives.
give your information to Mark, he'll certainly get back with you and let you know the timing.
But by when?
I said, I can't give you that right here, but if you give your name and information.
I'm happy to give my name, but I think everybody in the city would like to know
Okay.
how we did.
Yep.
It's a reasonable question.
It is.
All right, the
Thank
second
you for your
question, and
comment.
I'm gathering from your answer that there is no written document that captures that information. Is that correct? Is that correct?
In a succinct,
Have
not
you a
just
document?
addressing that, no, there is not.
You have not. I am not surprised. So my second question, in terms of systematically engaging your standing committees, obviously I'm concerned about your environmental committee and the issue of a sustainability plan. Where are we on that? And the answer, I'm
I'm
sorry.
going to thank you for your comments because there's no way to answer all these questions, but
It's,
I do
there are three
encourage you-
questions. There are three questions. You can't answer those?
I do encourage you to give us your
Oh, I know
information.
you
so
encourage
that
me, and
we
I'll be
can-
happy to do that. I'll do that shortly. To whom should I give it?
Mark Wallenweber.
Excellent. I look forward to doing that.
Okay, thank you.
And so you cannot answer those three questions. Is that correct?
Correct.
I am not a bit surprised. Thank you very much. Whew.
Any other public comment? All right, moving on to our first item of business, which I replaced with an appointment to the Planning Commission. This is a sort of a bookkeeping item here. We had a member of the Planning Commission that due to health reasons had to resign his seat. That was Gordon Glidden. I'd like to have a motion to thank him for his service and wish him all the best. And then also appoint Sheldon Cohn for a seat on the Planning Commission. He agreed to serve just until the end of the master plan process to help us out with that. He's a standing member of the Planning Commission, so very well aware of the document and the workings that goes on in this process. So we felt he would be a good person to have there to help with the process.
Mr. Mayor, I'll make a motion first to acknowledge and thank the hard work and commitment of Gordon Glidden to the Planning Commission. I served as the liaison this past year, and I served with Gordon in the past. He was always one of the best informed, most engaged members of the Planning Commission, and is an outstanding resident of our city. Second, Sheldon Cohn, who's also been a long-time participant with the Planning Commission, is a very good choice to fill that seat for right now, because he's you know, if you will, he's an accomplished pilot with regard to the Planning Commission and knows how it works. And so I fully support his appointment to fill the seat vacated by Mr. Glidden.
Second.
Any public comment? Comments or questions from the commission? All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 3 on the agenda is a matter of consideration of entering into a purchase agreement with Signature Ford of Owasso for the purchase of a 2022. Oh, I did. I thought I'm sorry about that. Going back to number 2, is a matter of consideration to approve Public Act 51, the annual certification of employee-related conditions.
Mr. Mayor, I'll move that the City of Huntington Woods exempt itself from the Publicly Funded Insurance Contribution Act, Act 2011, Public Act 152.
Support.
Okay. Is there any public comment? Any comments or questions from the commission?
Just my usual comment every year, Mr. Mayor, that this is another example of bad legislation that comes out of Lansing that attempts to usurp local control and dictate to us how to run local government. We certainly don't need the folks in Lansing doing that. And so, you know, we are going to opt out as we have done, and we negotiate these items with our employees, and that's what's supposed to happen in the workplace. And so, I'm glad to see that we're once again opting out.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Now, item number 3 is a matter of consideration of entering into a purchase agreement with Signature Ford of Owasso for the purchase of a 2022 Ford F-250, a 2022 Ford Transit van, and a 2022 Ford F-550 in the amount of $110,959, utilizing the State of Michigan MI deal bid. And further, be it resolved that the City of Huntington Woods enter into a purchase agreement with Truck and Trailer of Howell, Michigan for the build out of these 3 vehicles at a cost of $128,300, utilizing the City of Rochester Hills cooperative purchasing contract.
So moved.
Second.
Any public comment? Any comments or questions from the commission? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. With that, we're going to move on to the city manager's brief report.
Yes, it is brief. For those that are interested, we're supposed to, again, barring weather problems, have the first court of asphalt. There's a couple of, you'll see some orange markings in the lot where at City Hall. So the first course is supposed to be in, and at the same time, I think they're going to be doing, is it LaSalle? LaSalle. That's one item. The second item, certainly want to thank those residents on the dead end of Kingston by City Hall behind Hasek Park who were allowing us to park there. I did get a call yesterday that with a truck on the other side, he wanted to know who the blue Camaro convertible was that was parked there, because one of his neighbors knocked on his door, so he moved his truck, and I told him I'd be happy to move down to across Scotia as well. So we've done that. And we thank the residents there for putting up with this. It's taken longer than we had anticipated, but hopefully it results in a significant improvement for residents. Let's see, I think that's it.
Okay. Are
Oh,
there
I'm
any
sorry,
questions of the
one
city
thing,
manager?
I was supposed to say that the second half of tax bills are due October 31st as well. Happy to answer any questions if anyone has any.
Mr. Mayor? Could you get us an update when you have time on the status of the removal of trees in the public right-of-way that were damaged during the storm?
Sure.
I've had some residents ask me about some that were, the branches are off the tree, so essentially it's just the trunk of the tree remaining, and they're wondering when that's gonna come out.
Yep. Yeah, we can do that, yes.
Great.
Any others? Okay, with that, do we have a motion to adjourn? So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Pretty good.
Thank you very much.